without the Black Panther, Wakanda will fall.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're explaining the Black Panther Wakanda Forever post-credit scene.
They think we're vulnerable. They're welcome to find out.
For this video, we're looking at the final twist in Wakanda Forever and what it could mean for the MCU going forward. We can't stress hard enough that there will be spoilers. What did you think of Wakanda Forever? Let us know in the comments. Finally bringing herself to begin the healing process, Shuri burns her funeral clothes as the credits roll against a fire set to the vocals of Rihanna.
Lift me up, hold me down.
Wakanda Forever seemingly wraps up every lingering story thread except for one. Earlier in the film, as Ramonda encourages Shuri to move forward, she tells her daughter that there's something she needs to share about T'Challa. They're interrupted by Namor, however.
He's coming for the surface world.
When Ramonda dies shortly after, it appears whatever she was going to tell Shuri is buried with her. The post-credit scene clues us in, as Shuri completes the ceremony. Nakia joins Shuri on the beach, along with a little boy. As if his resemblance to the late king wasn't confirmation enough, the little boy says his Wakandan name is Prince T'Challa.
I, Zuri, son of Badu, give to you Prince T'Challa.
So when exactly was little T'Challa born? T'Challa and Nakia hadn't seen each other in a couple of years when they were reunited in the first film.
Nakia. Hi.
Following the battle against Killmonger, T'Challa offers Nakia a top-level position with the newly established Wakandan International Outreach Center. Nakia accepts, but she eventually takes up residence in Haiti.
Stay. I think I know where you can still fulfill your calling.
It turns out that T'Challa and Nakia parted with more than just a kiss. While the young prince's age isn't mentioned, he appears to be somewhere between 5 and 7, which fits the MCU's timeline. Black Panther took place shortly before the events of Avengers: Infinity War, when T'Challa was turned to dust along with half of all life in the universe.
Up. This is no place to die.
Nakia noticeably wasn't present during the Battle of Wakanda. This is most likely because she was either pregnant with the prince or had recently given birth. Nakia wasn't among those snapped out of existence, leaving her to raise her son over the next 5 years. When the snap was reversed, T'Challa was among the first on the battlefield to face Thanos. The future seemed bright as Endgame concluded, but a real-world tragedy changed everything.
At 43, after a valiant 4-year fight, Chadwick Boseman lost his battle with colon cancer Friday, his wife and family beside him.
Most of Wakanda Forever takes place a year after T'Challa's passing. Why didn't Shuri learn about her nephew until now, especially since Ramonda was aware of his existence? Basically, the blip is to blame.
Over 5 years ago, half of all life in the universe, including our own Midtown High, was wiped from existence. But then, 8 months ago, a band of brave heroes brought us back. They called it the blip.
Shuri was disintegrated along with her brother. This detail is easy to miss, as it doesn't occur on screen in Infinity War. In Endgame, though, an image of Shuri can be seen among several others who got snapped.
He did exactly what he said he was going to do. Thanos wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
Between the Battle of Wakanda, a 5-year absence, the Battle of Earth, and T'Challa's passing, there likely wasn't much time to drop this bombshell on Shuri. It's unclear when Ramonda learned of her grandson's existence, but she notably survived the snap.
I am queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone.
If she didn't already know about the prince, Nakia might have reached out to her after the snap, as Ramonda would be the only remaining link to T'Challa. It's also possible that T'Challa finally told Ramonda on his deathbed. In any case, T'Challa and Nakia wanted to keep their son a secret, allowing him to grow up away from the pressures of being a prince.
If you are not so stubborn, you would make a great queen.
I would make a great queen because I am so stupid.
If that's what I wanted.
With childhood fleeting, young T'Challa may need to take on new responsibilities sooner than later. In the comics, T'Challa has a son named Azari. Instead of Nakia, Azari's mother is Storm, who hasn't been formally introduced into the MCU yet.
Logan, I'd like you to meet Aurora Monroe, also called Storm.
We guess that means the prince won't be able to manipulate the weather. However, Namor describes himself as a mutant at one point in Wakanda Forever. Namor has been called Marvel's first mutant, suggesting that the X-Men might be just around the corner.
X-Men.
Yeah, yes, I like the sound of that.
The comics see Azari grow up to inherit the Black Panther mantle, joining the next Avengers and New Avengers. The film ends with the message Black Panther will return, but who will don the mask?
The Black Panther lives!
T'Challa's son still has some growing up to do. At this point, he's too little to even team up with the Young Avengers. Shuri will probably remain the Black Panther for the time being, but there's still the matter of who will rule Wakanda.
We know what you whisper. They have lost their protector.
Shuri skips her coronation ceremony while M'Baku throws his hat into the ring.
M'Baku, what are you doing here?
It's challenge day.
If M'Baku does become king in her absence, the next film could focus on Shuri trying to reclaim the throne. Then again, Shuri may be reluctant to serve as queen while also juggling the responsibilities of being the Black Panther. We could potentially see Nakia come out of hiding and lay claim to the throne, reserving it for her son to sit on when he's old enough.
Nakia, you should take it yourself.
I am a spy with no army. I wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, maybe we'll get a better idea in the second post-credit scene. Or perhaps the MCU will at long last reveal Doctor Doom. Wait, there's only one post-credit scene? Seriously?
Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing.
Granted, that's not unheard of, but from Phase 2 and beyond, almost every MCU movie has delivered multiple post-credit scenes. Of course, Endgame had no post-credit scenes, save the sound of a hammer banging, bringing the Infinity Saga full circle. Thematically, one could argue that Wakanda Forever does something similar. Both Endgame and Wakanda Forever leave us on an emotional high as we say goodbye to a fallen yet far from forgotten hero. Whereas Endgame has a sense of finality though, Wakanda Forever's post-credit scene offers a new beginning. Had Chadwick Boseman not been taken from us decades too soon, it's safe to say that T'Challa would have been a major MCU character for years to come.
The Black Panther lives. And when he fights for the fate of Wakanda, I will be right there beside him.
Like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark or Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, though, Boseman may have been compelled to retire from the MCU eventually. T'Challa has died in the comics, leaving Azari to step up as the next Black Panther. There's a poignant line that T'Challa passes down to his son. "The spirit of Wakanda lives on, my son, and it will keep on living through you, forever." The post-credit scene in Wakanda Forever embodies this quote. Whether Prince T'Challa grows up to be King of Wakanda or Black Panther, he'll always be his father's son. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. While we wouldn't have said no to a second post-credit scene, it makes sense to end with the gratifying reveal of T'Challa and Nakia's boy. After all, anything else might have taken away from this hopeful final note. Besides, we might not have to wait that long for the prince to join the Avengers, as Cassie Lang went through quite the growth spurt in just 5 years. As for now, Black Panther 3 hasn't officially been announced, meaning it could be a bit until we return to Wakanda. Fingers crossed that Marvel doesn't make us wait forever.
And when I wake up,
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.